Let's bring in our guy, Brett Goode, into the conversation. Brett, we are going to get to some NFL talk, but the biggest news just occurring about 20, 30 minutes ago, reported 24/7 Sports, Pete Thamel. I know you'll be familiar with this guy, being a Fort Smith guy and being close to Oklahoma. Josh Heupel named the Tennessee head coach. Kind of your thoughts, and you might just be hearing this now, but your thoughts on the hire, man.
I actually just heard it when I was listening to y'all earlier this morning. So, the thing about Tennessee job is just like you hit. They've got players leaving. They don't know what the NCAA is going to do to them. It's an uphill battle. And for somebody going there, they just have to know it's hopefully a long-term deal to rebuild. Hopefully not just a stepping stone for them to get you through the NCAA regulations and then get you, get somebody else in there. So it's a tough situation, but again, it's a head coaching job. In the SEC, and so you got to be proud of that.
Let's talk about some NFL games this weekend, the two AFC and NFC championship games. I want to start with your boy Aaron. A lot was made of his comments, Brett, following the game, and I think a lot of it was overdone. Brett, is there any chance that he's not in Lambeau Field this next season?
I don't think so. I also listened to him on Pat McAfee yesterday.
Yes.
And he talks the same all the time. And he said, everything that I said after the game was emotional. 15 minutes after I was just crying with all my teammates that you won't see everybody from the same locker room again. It's hard for the season to end just so abruptly. You think you're gonna keep winning. That's what you always think as a competitor. And he said, but everything that I said, I've always said. And the reality of it's true. But obviously, him coming off an NFL MVP season, the joke is we may be restructuring his deal. So it's a tough situation with Jordan Love that they drafted. They moved up. It's a different scenario when Brett Favre was there. Aaron Rodgers fell to Green Bay. They moved up to get Jordan Love. And so they really like him in that scenario. And so they've only got a couple of years before they've got to, take his options on his contract to see if he can really play. So it's going to be interesting the next couple of years with Aaron.
So, obviously Aaron and the Packers have struggled when they get to this point in the NFC Championship games and having only won one at this point with Aaron at the starting role at quarterback. What is it? Is it just because you're playing the best teams and you're down to the Final Four? Is it the size of the moment? Why is it that you think the Packers, and you were part of those teams, some of those teams, haven't been able to get over the hump more and get into the next round of the Super Bowl more often?
It's tough. It's tough to get there. It's tough to move on. It's obviously unfortunate. I was able to go to 3. We only won 1. From the outside looking in, the defense played fairly well, getting 3 turnovers. But if you look at the history of Aaron over the playoff runs compared to like a guy like Tom who's been to 10 Super Bowls or going to his 10th this year, the defense, numbers put up, the amount scored. So it really shows that it's a full football game for a full team effort. I don't think it's all on the quarterback, but I also think that Aaron's going to have some things against his career. You think since the 90s, Green Bay's won 2 Super Bowls with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. I don't think if you said these two guys in the Hall of Fame and the numbers they put up, you would say that. So it's unfortunate for them, and I know that hurts deep down inside, especially for Aaron, because I know he wants to win. And so it's just tough to get over the hump, especially when you get the ball to Tom Brady and you don't have a chance to come back.
Especially the way he was converting those third downs, particularly early in the ball game, proved to be very costly. Hindsight's always 20/20 in football and horse racing and the stock market are my 3 places it seems where it always turns out to be the most costly to you when you miss something. But looking back at the decision on 4th and 8 to kick the field goal, to take the ball essentially out of Aaron's hands, and he never got a chance again. What were your thoughts as you were watching that decision unfold and sending the special teams unit on the field?
Well, just like I mentioned just in the last segment, me saying that taking the ball out of Aaron's hand, I've seen it too many times. I played with it. I understand exactly what just happened. As soon as we kicked the field goal, it's nothing against Mason or the defense, but I was like, well, the game's over. Because we just gave the ball to a Hall of Fame quarterback, like you said, who's converting third downs. He's doing everything. He's been there. He's already been to 9 Super Bowls. He won 6. So you're taking a the ball out of Aaron's hands at home. And he won the MVP, which we assume he's going to win Saturday because he had those type of numbers. Why would you not give him that opportunity? But again, hindsight's 20/20. You don't know what scenario is going to happen. If they don't go for two, the touchdown before, then, you're not down 8, you're only down 7. So, you can go second guess everything. But it's just tough in that scenario that why would you take the ball out of your MVP's hand in a NFC Championship game at home?
We're talking with Brett Goode, former Razorback, former Green Bay Packer, part of the Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions team. Brett, when you look at this upcoming Super Bowl, it is a dynamic matchup. You talked about Tom Brady. We get to see him face off against Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs are favored right now by 3, according to FanDuel. Does that line seem pretty accurate, or which at this point in time, I know we're still basically a week and a half out, which way are you leaning on the Super Bowl in the upcoming week and a half?
I'm still kind of waiting to see what happens with all the injuries. There's some rumors coming out of Green Bay of certain ones that might be like season ending, and obviously the same thing with Kansas City. So I want to make sure that all that, we'll know that next week for sure, because they're not really, you're kind of practicing this week, but you're not, especially with the NFL not allowing the teams to go, especially Kansas City, I guess, because Tampa's there. They're the first team to do it. They can't go to the Super Bowl until Friday of next week, so which is different. But I've kind of got two scenarios. I've got Tampa winning by 4 right now, or Kansas City winning by 10. Okay. I know that's two complete opposite ends of it, but the reason is I think Tampa's got a really good defense that can put a pass rush on Patrick, as well as Kansas City does the same thing, against Tom. So I just think it's going to be an offensive type game. Defenses are big in the NFL, but what really is big is this quarterback matchup, and it could go down as one of the greatest quarterback matchups in the Super Bowl of all time, just for the records and the amount of publicity that these two have. So I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we'll get some more information on those injuries next week.
Yeah, you played for 10 years in the NFL, and you knew and you know now what it took to keep your body in a position to be able to do that. Give us some kind of idea of what Tom Brady has been able to do over 20-plus seasons to extend his career, to be able to play into his mid-40s. Obviously, he's accomplishing 10 Super Bowls, perhaps a 7th ring, all of these things by having the length of career. Give our audience an idea of how difficult it is, what he is doing with his body, his diet, his workout regimen, all of these things that he's had to dedicate himself to just to have this chance to play in another Super Bowl.
Well, literally after the game, I was like joking with some people here. I was like, I'm going to have to try some of that avocado ice cream that he's eating, because so whatever he's doing is working. And, you talk about Brett Favre being the Iron Man of the quarterback position in the NFL, playing through so much in consecutive games. Tom has been very fortunate, and his diet proves that. I think he had, the ACL injury, which was a fluke deal, but it changed the rules of not going low on quarterbacks. I forget what year that was, but that was kind of, I think, mid 2007-ish maybe. Mm-hmm. It's phenomenal. To do what he's doing is crazy. And if you look at his career and you split it down the middle, he's had 2 Hall of Fame careers. Winning Super Bowls, MVPs. And you put that together, and that's his whole career that nobody has ever done. And I don't think in our lifetime we'll ever see another guy do this. I just don't think it's possible for a quarterback to go to 10 Super Bowls. And imagine if he had won the other, that he lost to against, Eli Manning, kind of those 2 games that nobody projected, Eli and the Giants to win those, because they were not, number 1 seeds coming out of NFC. They were when they came to Green Bay and beat us in 2011. New York was a 5th or 6th seed. So for Tom to do what he's doing in this day and age is phenomenal, and it gives wonders of, like you said, what his diet is. It's his commitment, his commitment to excellence. And he looked in the game against the Saints. He looked young, and he's 2 years older than Drew Brees, and he looks like he's still in his 30s, which is says that he's probably going to play for a few more years.
Can you imagine just going through life never eating a cheeseburger, never even thinking about a cheeseburger? It
wouldn't be as fun.
No pizza, no beer. I mean, he never. That's never even an option for him.
No, in a lot of those diets, probably not completely gorging yourself, but you get some cheat days, you get some cheat moments. So I've seen Tom at, Kentucky Derby. I've seen him having a drink. It's not like we're not doing anything, but everything is very regiment. It's like, if you're going to have one, you're having one because you just, you just want to have one, but you're not going to just go off the deep end because, it'll put you back a week or two on your whole body. So that's the commitment he's taken, and it's proven well for him.
Ty, you wouldn't make it on that diet, would you?
I don't think so.
You can't just throw spinach on it, Ty.
By the way, fellas, it is National Chocolate Cake Day. Since we're on the subject of food, so make sure you go you get yourself some chocolate gay on this beautiful Wednesday.
Well, nothing better than chocolate cake. All right, Brett Goode, he's with us every Wednesday here in the 7 a.m. hour. We talk about the NFL. We'll talk about the Super Bowl coming up next Wednesday when he joins us, which will be just a few days out at that point. Brett's part of the winning team at Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions. Brett, you do it all: employee benefits, health insurance, staffing management solutions, commercial and personal insurance, life insurance, anything that involves employee benefits or insurance, you are the guy.
That's right. We've got a team of over 100 years of experience that are kind of leading me along the way, making sure that everything is done correctly. So it's been a great ride so far this year, and we've had a good start to 2021, and hopefully we can continue just to move forward with it, and we'd love to have an opportunity to gain your business.
All right, you can call Brett directly, 479-651-2292, even if you just need a simple life insurance policy for you and your family. Brett can handle that. Homeowners insurance, car insurance, or anything for your business as well. That's 479-651-2292 for Brett Goode with Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions. All right, hang in there. Enjoy the basketball game tonight, and I guess we'll chat next Wednesday.
All right, sounds good. Have a good one.
Good stuff from our buddy Brett Goode.